Hey there, all my beautiful soul peeps. Angel of the Dawn back here with another message. This is going to be for all of the four elements. Um, I'll do Aries, fire signs, then earth signs, then air signs, and water signs. I will try to remember to timestamp this in the description box. But at the same time, I don't think it's necessary, in my opinion, to pick and choose, because the energy of any of the elements could be for you that day. So, use your discernment, whatever works for you, whatever feels right. Shout out to all of my new and existing subscribers. You guys freaking rock, and I love each and every one of you guys. Thank you guys so much for being here and supporting me on my channel. And we are going to do the elements. Today we're going to use a combination of my new favorite tarot dice, and if you guys haven't seen my lives where I've been using the tarot dice, you'll check them out here now. So anyways, tarot dice in a combination with cards, and get some messages. So let's see what's going on for fire signs. That's kind of indecision, like you're indecisive about that one. Oh man, a lot of thoughts, a lot of in your head going on here. Something's transforming. Could be having some type of like spiritual transformation. Or something that is like a spiritual experience that is transforming you. Something like that, yeah. All right. So let's see what we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. Yeah, getting out of some hurt or needing to get over some hurt, moving forward, even if it's painful. You could have gotten... Something could have happened really quickly. Something that you put a lot of work into could have ended. Or you could, like, you could have taken a step back, or somehow I feel like maybe there was some type of messages given, or some kind of clarity, getting clear about a situation, getting clear about maybe how you feel. I feel like there's this needing to end a cycle. Maybe something to do with money, ending a cycle that's all about money, or could be ending a cycle about your foundation. There's some kind of clarity that's coming in. And like I said, it could happen quick. It could just be like this epiphany, or somebody could give you some kind of message or information really, really quick. And I feel like it's going to be information that you already know, But I feel like okay, this is going to sound kind of weird, but I feel like it's something you already knew, but maybe didn't want to accept. And so the reality of the situation, like when you get the information from an outside source, possibly, or you just really finally admit it to yourself, it's going to bring balance. Because I feel like staying in your situation and not admitting whatever this is got you out of balance. But realizing, like, the reality of the situation, like what's really the big picture type of thing, is going to bring balance within yourself. And maybe that in itself is going to be what brings in this spiritual, like, transformation. Something is going to really change things on a really deep level. I'm seeing you got two pages, the Page of Cups and the Page of Wands in reverse, and then the Page of Pentacles. Okay, I feel like maybe you are, or you have in the past, you could be realizing cycles within yourself, about how something about like clinging to stability even if there's no love and passion, like staying in a situation even when the love and the passion is gone. And so I feel like it's like an epiphany about this kind of pattern, and it's going to be spiritually transforming. Like once you realize that, you know, you need love and passion is important, as you know, just as important as stability. Like all of it is, you know, takes equal space or whatever. Yeah, that's interesting. Sometimes I just really love the messages and how they come through. Alright, fire signs, what else? Got the Lovers in reverse, the Five of Cups, the Magician. Yeah, this realization, I mean, you could be looking back and, you know, like regretting wasted time, wasted energy, seeing how you had kept yourself exposed to and in situations that, you know, were not healthy, were no longer serving you, not high vibrational, all for the sake of stability, of keeping something stable, like not wanting to leave a home environment even if there's no love and passion. But I feel like, you know, you've got the Lovers in reverse, and that's above the Hierophant and the Death card. And then you've got the Magician below. So I feel like it's, you know, realizing that you've got to choose you before you choose someone else, and that being in a relationship isn't like true stability, because you don't have the mental and emotional and spiritual stability, even if you have like financial stability or earthly type stability. Whoa, okay. Alright, so we've got the Page of Swords in reverse. The Eight of Cups in reverse. And the Two of Wands. Okay, so yeah, I feel like with the Eight of Cups in reverse here, that's, you're a little upset with yourself, which obviously you need to forgive yourself just as much. That may be a next epiphany, but you're beating yourself up for not walking away and getting out of these situations that, you know, weren't serving you in a positive manner. we've got the Wheel of Fortune. Um, Also have the Wheel of Fortune here on the back side, and well, it's in the upright too. So, yeah, this is definitely, with it being a double for me, I feel like this is saying, you know, this is ending and beginning cycles. This is ending a cycle of not really loving yourself and basically choosing other people and giving your power away. And this is a new cycle of manifesting and standing in your own power. That's true. And I feel like I feel like this is a really positive reading, fire signs. I feel like there was a lot of pain, heartache, heartbreak, and all that kind of thing in the past. But I feel like this is transformational. Like, whatever you've recently been through has, it was tough, but it is transformational. Yeah, you've got the Page of Cups. Just like I said, you've got to forgive yourself. You've got to know that, you just got to move forward. You've got the Hierophant here in reverse. Yeah, because you didn't know any better. You weren't in that higher place. So you've got to forgive yourself. Ten of Pentacles. Forgiving yourself is going to bring in all the stability and happiness that you want, but you've got to forgive yourself and notice these patterns, these scenarios in the future, and avoid that kind of thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. Not give your power away. Stand in your own power. Let's see, we got 4, 8, 2 more cards. I just want to. Ace of Cups. I feel like it's in reverse, and I feel like that's telling you, yeah, because then we also have the Star in reverse here. I feel like this is needing to have self-love. Both of these actually is needing to have self-love, to step in your power, to take better care of yourself, and that will bring you your wish. That will be wish fulfillment. Yeah, you've got the Eight of Swords in reverse. So I feel like this transformation is going to help you get out of your head, where maybe you've been in the space of, why does this always happen to me? Why can't things turn out? And really, it's because you've been blocking yourself by focusing on, well, I just need to be stable. Like, I just need to have a home environment, or I just need to, be in a relationship. It doesn't have to be good. It just has to look good, kind of scenario. So basically, this is kind of like an ego death. Realizing that what others think about you doesn't make you feel better. It doesn't make you passionate. It doesn't make you feel loved. It doesn't make you feel spiritually connected or divine. It's basically just an existence, and an existence that I feel like you're finally realizing is not good enough. You're no longer going to settle. Yeah, no longer being at an impasse. You've got expansion. You've got impasse in reverse. You've got expansion. So yeah, this is really creating growth and expansion, bringing on a lot of new thoughts, feelings, ideas, opportunities. I feel like you could be using this experience to put yourself out there in the world and help others through this type of like realization and overcoming the odds and such. So then you've got bittersweet in the reverse and a soulmate in reverse. So I feel like this is, I feel like you may have thought that this last relationship that is, it's been very transformational. Very much was a necessary relationship that needed to happen, probably for both of you. But for you, fire signs, this has made you realize a lot of shit. And you may have believed that this was your soulmate or twin flame or whatever label you want to put on it. So, you were feeling like it was bittersweet for this to not work out. But now you're like, no, I'm just going to take the positives. I'm not going to think about the negatives at all. I'm just going to move on. Sending that person, unconditional love, but I'm just going to take the lessons and I'm going to move forward in love and light. So I think you are not feeling any kind of regret anymore, or you won't be. Once you've really embodied and integrated this lesson, and really start to expand, or expansion is going to put you in this space. You're going to realize that there is no bitter in this. It's all sweet. Even if you didn't get like the quote unquote happy ending with that person, I feel like you got something much better and more beneficial for you at this time, if that makes sense. And I know a lot of people out there are going to be like, no, because relationship is the ultimate, but really it's not. This life is all about learning and, learning lessons and growing. So this is really quite beautiful, fire signs. So yeah, let's see. I can't see that time. I'm going to stop this maybe and see if I can add another one. Alright, earth signs, here we go. Interesting. Okay, so I feel like earth signs, you may be waiting on some type of change or something to shift. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you're in your head a lot. Um, but you're not talking about anything. Like, you're not communicating, or you could be in your head about somebody else not communicating. Somebody that you're connected with. 9. Yeah, and it could have you worried. You're in your head about it. I feel like you're not, I feel like you're kind of on the fence back and forth, uh, about this person not communicating. I feel it's got you pretty bummed out. Um, you are working hard though, putting in a lot of effort into changing a financial situation. And I just noticed you got the Queen of Swords on the back side, King of Swords on the top. So this also could be, yeah, this person that's not communicating, I feel like they've been kind of distant and cold, and so that also may have caused you to uh, shut down some feelings. But I feel like this person could come in unexpectedly and let you know how they feel. And they could be wanting to come in and create something new. Like they could want to be a partner. What is it? Collaborate with you on some project. There could be a realization. There could be an apology from this person also about some type of a realization about, like, this person realizing, because you got the King and Queen of Wands with the Knight of Wands. So there could be this person realizing that, you two were destined or meant to be or energetically matched. And so there could be some kind of an apology in this situation. But I don't think it's just like, I apologize, I didn't see, or I apologize, I didn't know, or, And really, in those cases, I mean, it's really nice for somebody to have the compassion and the thought process to want to apologize. But at the same time, if we don't know something, if we don't know better, why should we have to apologize? I mean, if you know better, yeah, apologize, But I feel like this person is just now realizing something. They've had some kind of realization. You've had some realizations. And, like, they've had a tower moment come in and really shake things up for them that has really, I feel like, really lit things up for them. And maybe in more than just one way. Maybe more than just in a informational way. I mean, it could have really shaken up their world, their foundation, their life. And so throughout whatever they're going through, they're like, oh man, I really do, I love this person. And, I've been kind of closed off and quiet when it comes to this person. And so now I need to apologize and let them know that they're my person, and now I know that they're my person and that they've always been my person kind of scenario. So yeah, I feel like um, earth signs, you've kind of, right now, nothing's been manifesting because you've still been kind of in this screech to a halt mode, momentum wise, because energetically you're like in go mode, but then you've got this like knowing, or this vibe of this feeling of what's going on. Like, that's hard to explain. But anyway, basically, um, you can't move, or yeah, you can't move forward and manifest what you're wanting and looking for until you put this out of your head. And that's whether or not this person comes back or not. Like, you've been in your head waiting for this person to come back. I feel like this person is going to come back. But you also can't wait around and wait for this person to come back, because that's being stuck. There's no forward momentum. That's not creating, as Abraham Hicks says, creating worlds. That's not manifesting your destiny in your life, and um, all the great things that you want. Page of Swords. Somebody could be, you could be watching somebody, earth sign, or somebody could be watching you, like on social media or something like that. Or if you're in the public eye. Oh, there's one flipped. Hold on. Ace of Wands in reverse. Okay, so let's get some more cards. But yeah, this person could be in the public eye. You could be in the public eye, and so you're easily seen, or somebody could be actively, trying to see what you're doing, what you're up to, and it could be for informational purposes, curiosity, Oops. All right. Got the Hanged Man in reverse. The Six of Wands. I feel like this Ace of Wands in reverse is, it goes along with this apology. It's like, not knowing what meant the most, like what was important, what set your soul on fire. And this could be for you and the other person. I feel like it's coming from the other person who's apologizing, but this could be you too. Like, this could be, in the past, neither one of you had your soul on fire, but now you're moving forward with like vigor towards victory. We've got the Eight of Shields in reverse. Yeah, I feel like in the past somebody wasn't putting in the work in the relationship. And somebody's not wanting to be the one to put in all the work, because this actually is the Eight of Pentacles in the upright, and then verified by the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. So this is like wanting equal give and take in the relationship. And then you've got the Eight of Swords in reverse. So we've got the Eight of Swords up there. Being in your head, this is getting out of your head. Getting more clear about your direction. And, what's what. This could be after being left out in the cold, feeling left out in the cold, having feelings of abandonment issues. Yeah, this is, I think, Earth signs, this is you not putting in all the work anymore, not worried about being alone. I feel like this is, you getting out of some lower vibrational energies that maybe you had been in the past. Because I feel like with that 8 of shields in reverse, that was, you probably gave a lot of yourself energetically, and you didn't get it in return, so there was very much an imbalance of energy. Yeah, okay, you got the 6 of Wands and the 6 of Swords, Earth signs. And so I feel like both of those are victories, and moving forward. Now I do feel like with the 6 of Swords, I feel like in yourself, Earth signs moving forward is going to be passionate victory forward. Like, forward, march, and just go. I feel like, though, maybe with other people or with a relationship, it's going to move forward successfully, but it may be a little painful or a little difficult. The waters could be choppy. You know, you're moving towards calmer waters, but it could be a little choppy for a bit. But I feel like with yourself and what you're trying to create, definitely moving forward much more smoothly. Let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, got the King of Pentacles in reverse here. So I feel like, again, this is not catering, because we have the, okay, that's funny. We got the the 8 of Pentacles here in the upright. We got the 8 of Pentacles here in the reverse. On the back side of that same 8 of Pentacles, we got the King of Pentacles in the upright. Here we got the King of Pentacles in the reverse. So I feel like this is bringing into balance the energetic give and take, or knowing that you won't accept any less than that. I feel like you're very much coming into, and that's funny, I picked this one up at that time, balance, the 2 of Shields. I feel like you're coming into balance with your own energy, your masculine and feminine energy within yourself. So any relationships moving forward will be balanced. Like, you won't accept anything less. And then we've got the 10 of Wands. So yeah, you're moving forward in yourself and in projects or, whatever, anything besides relationships, like intimate relationships. Everything else is moving forward without worry. Relationship-wise, I feel like you're moving forward, and it could be without worry too. Well, I do kind of feel like it is without worry, because you know now you're not going to settle. And oddly enough, I just realized too, you got very little going on in the emotional front here, Earth signs. So I feel like that is very telling. I feel like you are taking a less emotional approach to the outside world and to people and to situations, because I guess that must have been an issue in the past. That's just pretty, like I said, pretty telling there. A lot of times, to me, you learn more from, or you can learn more from what's not there. Kind of like you can learn more from what's not being said than from what's here or what's being said. So, anyways, oh, that's interesting. So the bottom of the deck is the 2 of Cups. So, I feel like that is definitely unity within yourself for sure. 100%. Coming into alignment, coming into unity with yourself, and potentially with somebody else. Could be with that King of Cups after they transform from the King of Swords to the King of Cups, I feel like. Or it could be the King of Wands. And I don't know if these are different people, like these kings, because you actually have you have all 4 kings showing on the board. Wow, that's badass. I just realized because you've got the King of Swords and the King of Cups up there, the King of Pentacles here, and the King of Wands here. Um, so yeah, this is some Emperor type energy. This is taking control and really being balanced. And I feel like this is Earth signs. This is you stepping up your masculinity, stepping up your masculine side, like being more focused on the physical than on the emotional right now, which I feel like in this situation may be a good thing. Like maybe you've been too emotional in the past, letting your emotions like rule your decisions and actions and things like that. And I feel like that's not the case anymore. Like you're being methodical. You're looking at things from every other perspective, or I feel like you're looking at it from all perspectives because you do actually have dice in all of the areas. But I feel like you're giving less weight to the emotional aspect of things. And at the same time, though, being in a much higher spiritual place with the situation and seeing things from a much higher perspective. And, you know, we'll see for sure, but I think I'm going to start offering this reading as, I haven't figured out exactly how I would make it a twin flame type reading, but I definitely would make this, a zodiac sign reading or an element reading or a, like, specific divine masculine or specific divine feminine reading. I'll have to play around with it a little bit more about making it a, twin flame reading. But I was gonna say something else. Oh, I think I might make it for like $15. I don't know, and that seems a little low, but at the same time, I just really love to do the dice card readings. I really like it. There's something about the combination that just feels right to me, and that's a personal thing. Okay, you've got despondence. I'm gonna have to look that up in the book. Ah, that's too many. Discovery, perception, dissipating, faith. I mean, I feel like all these are applicable. And then getting out of complacency. Yeah, I do feel like all of those are applicable, but trickery. Look something really quick. See what the definition of despondence is. Okay, so I feel like there is or has been. I kind of feel like this is, if it's a current energy, it's a going away energy, kind of like up here with all these air feelings and thoughts. Been in some depression about and okay, it's got trickery, and I feel like this is deception, like other people deceiving you, but I feel like that's because you've been deceiving yourself about something. I feel like there's some type of self-deception. Or you could be deceiving yourself that you're not depressed, or that this hasn't made you depressed. Or could be deceiving yourself about how this has or has not affected you. But you're completing that, coming to an end. Done, 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 done. Yeah, completing, because you got facade. And this also could be the other person's energy too. They could be in a depression about deceiving you and putting an end to wearing another mask, another face. I kind of feel like this is mirroring, though, in some way, or signs. I feel like you've been doing that as well. Been wearing another face in some type of situation. And then rejection in reverse is the bottom of this deck. So, getting out of that rejected feeling, getting out of, I'm hearing not feeling good enough, getting out of self-deception, and therefore, if we get out of self-deception, I feel like once we don't allow something for ourselves, we don't allow it from other people. So if we don't deceive ourselves, then we don't allow other people to deceive us. If we don't lie to ourselves, we don't allow lies from others. So something like that. So it's an end to, I feel like it's an end to a lot of low vibe thoughts, feelings, actions, and beliefs. So I feel like basically we're getting out of some devil energy type thing. Maybe even some codependency. And definitely like fears of abandonment, fears of isolation, and things like that. So that's what I've got, Earth signs. Alright, air signs. Alright, so air signs. I feel like you've got the moon, the devil, and the justice in reverse. So I feel like either you still are in, or you have been in like this period of illusion, not seeing things clearly, and it's coming from a toxic perspective. I'm feeling like it's coming from a victim mentality. It's not fair, it's not fair, it's not fair, it's not fair. I feel like you walked away from a past relationship thinking that you were going to get your wishes fulfilled somewhere else. And I feel like that landed you maybe in a third party. Because I feel like you walked away from something that was better than you thought. You were lying to yourself about, because of the devil energy, there could be some kind of addictions or something like that, that's altering the way you or the other person sees things. And I feel like you may have gotten into this third party situation rather quickly. And I kind of feel like it was almost like you just found yourself in it, like almost like complacent. You were complacent and it just happened. And basically it was because you didn't want to deal with the backlash or the feelings from this other situation. We've got the King of Wands here in reverse. And so you moved into things that you weren't passionate about, but it was because you weren't seeing things clearly. You weren't seeing, like you were having distorted views of the future and what it could be. Or you thought that walking away was gonna lessen some of your burdens. Like walking away from this past relationship you thought was going to make things better, make things less hectic or less stressful, and you just didn't have any more passion in the situation. But I feel like once you did walk away, and mind you, we have no pentacles, so I feel like foundation right now, stability, and maybe even finances are either severely unstable or non-existent, or just maybe not even a factor anymore. Like this could be, hopefully this is energy that you're realizing, that's coming up to be released and healed. We'll find out with the cards, but the Pentacles not being there, like I said, I think it was the Earth sign. The absence of something is very telling. So, money, I feel like played a big factor into this situation. It was very impactful, negative or positive, but money was a big deal. Where I feel like now there's kind of maybe either there is a realization that it shouldn't be, or there's a need to realize that it shouldn't be. I mean, I kind of feel like it's being realized because they're not there. Like, that's not a factor right now. But I feel like it was. Yeah, and with this third party, I feel like, because I've got the Ace of Cups back here and the Knight of Cups. Both of them are in the reverse, facing me. And then the Page of Pentacles in the upright. So I feel like with this third party situation was not a love match, but you didn't have to, give very much or put out a lot of effort, maybe. Yeah, let's see, what's it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Basically, you felt like it was the perfect type of situation. You were getting what you thought you needed you were getting what you needed from the situation at the time. You weren't having to invest any real feelings. You weren't having to look at yourself and see where maybe, where this distortion come from as far as the thought process. So you kind of felt like it was ideal. You kind of felt like, I lucked into something. This isn't a bad deal. Um, but still not dealing with, this isn't like, two people. This is two people and at least an energy. It could be a third person in person, but this past energy is definitely one of these swords, whether they're present or not. And so I feel like, on the surface, you were thinking this was perfect. I don't have to invest, a lot of my feelings or even a lot of time, and I'm still, my needs are being met. So, but there wasn't love. You weren't starting to, I feel like maybe where you're at now or soon to be is, realizing that you want more. You want more of a stability, more of a foundation. You want, true and lasting love, possibly marriage and kids. We got the Nine of Cups and Ten of Cups on the split when I was saying that. So, yeah, possibly marriage and kids. And I was also looking at the Three of Pentacles back here. So, yeah, I feel like you're starting to realize, I'm hearing, learning what's truly important, what means the most. Also have the Four of Wands in the upright back there too. Two of Wands in reverse, Queen of Wands in reverse. Got the King of Wands in reverse here, and then you've got the Queen of Wands. So, I feel like this is, and with the Two of Wands in reverse, I feel like this is not making a decision to move towards where your heart and your passions lie, because I really feel like you were working on shutting down your feelings. Especially based on this scenario over here. This is like, I don't want to have to give my feelings. I don't want to have to talk about it or, put any real feeling into anything. I just want to give minimal effort and get my needs met and, go on about my day. Basically, you give to me and we'll both be happy type of situation. Like, and so, yeah, this is a realization of not going with like what really sets you on fire. Yeah, we've got the Magician manifesting, and then we've got the Knight of Wands. Yeah, this is learning that you're getting further and further away from what you really want. And I feel like seeing how that's happening with this Magician, I feel like it's kind of a realization of what you're manifesting, how and why. Like you're realizing your thoughts, feelings, behaviors, and actions that is creating the situations that you're in. And I feel like you're coming to terms with, like through self-introspection and reflection, I feel like you are learning how you really feel, and like how and which and what thoughts, feelings, and beliefs aren't yours, like how they come from, family, or, how you were raised, or the environment you grew up in, or the school you went to, friends, teachers, bosses, like all these different people that's influenced and gotten you to, think a certain way, believe certain things like that. I feel like you're going through all of that. Could have something to do with somebody walking away in the past. You could have some abandonment issues. Got the Five of Cups. Feeling some sadness, some hurt and regret. This could be you walked away from somebody that was your foundation, somebody that grounded you, or this also could be realizing that this has a lot to do with like abandonment issues from a mother figure. It's definitely dealing with abandonment issues. This has come up in a divine masculine reading before. Mother issues and being left alone or walked away from. I just say mother figure again. I meant female. Just female in general. I mean, it could definitely be mother, but it doesn't have to be mother. It could be a sister that left somebody, that walked away from somebody and they felt abandoned. It could be a friend. It could be a wife, a girlfriend, grandma. It could be anybody that was a predominant figure, female figure in a masculine or in anybody's life, male or female, life that had made them feel left alone and like not good enough, like not wanted. And so that could have been, this could be you, air signs, realizing how this cycle got started. Maybe this is what you're doing now is abandoning females because you're mirroring back the energy that you didn't like. So females abandoned you, so you're going to abandon females. And so that's why you walked away from this past situation. It's like, leave them before they leave me. And so you left this past situation, but then it's been nothing but sadness and regrets ever since. Because now I think you realize that that person probably was not going to leave you. It was just your fear from the past. Wow, that got deep. That got really deep. Tower in reverse. Eight of Swords in reverse. So I feel like you're getting out of your head. Because I feel like you're figuring some things out. I feel like you're surrendering maybe to your higher self who is trying to guide you and show you these things. Like trying to guide you and show you through healing and through this ascension process. But I feel like you're really fighting it. Or you have been. This could be realizing, I'm also getting complacency off of this, like becoming complacent, I also just seen getting into relationships where there may be a mismatch of energy, kind of like this person will never leave me, so, I'll date this person or I'll be with this person, because they'll never leave me. For whatever reason, it's, I'm sure, some kind of egoic reason, like, status or something like that, but, societal pressure type things, like, oh, this person's not, I don't want to get into all that, but anyways, for some reason, like, you feel like this person, not necessarily less, but just like they're not going to leave you. And so you're doing that in order to prevent anybody doing this to you. Like, this person, lots of love. And so it automatically triggered this fear about when you were, little, when you were a kid. And so now you regret leaving this person because you realized they weren't going to leave. And now you've got with other people or another person that don't want to leave. So you effectively got what you wanted and not what you wanted all at the same time by living out of fear. Gosh, I feel like this is just a huge... Of course it's just a huge lesson. Everything is a huge lesson, but this is like an epiphany lesson. I'm having an epiphany right now. And it's not my lesson. I'm not an air sign. I have Libra moon. Yeah, anyway. 3, 6, 9, 10. I need 2 more cards. Yeah, the devil. Devil. Yeah, I feel like that's it. That second devil is just literally like living out of fear. Like all decisions, thoughts, and feelings is all coming from a very, very fear-based place. Of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like this is making the choice to leave before somebody leaves you. Deciding that you're going to go first. Then you've got the Nine of Pentacles as the bottom of the deck. I feel like this, again, this is all talking about being alone. And I feel like maybe a lesson you may have to learn is you will be okay alone. Or yeah, I feel like you have to learn that being alone is okay, that there's nothing wrong with being alone, and that living out of fear, making fear-based decisions, and actually maybe that's it. Fear-based decisions is going to leave you alone. Other people aren't, they're not going to leave you alone, or they wouldn't leave you alone, but because you're living out of fear and choosing out of fear, you're going to get the opposite of what you want, or something like that. But I just realized I am really hungry all of a sudden. Like it was like I just got sucker punched in the stomach. Feed me, Seymour. Renewal, victim in reverse, trickery in reverse. Well, that's good. So I feel like you could be getting out of victim consciousness, feeling like the victim, and feeling like you have to be deceptive. Yeah, buddy. Oh my gosh, these are great cards. or air sign. Like this all seemed pretty heavy, like super duper heavy, to be honest. But this is fucking amazing here. You've got renewal because you're getting out of victim consciousness. You're getting out of deception and trickery and lies and deceit due to enlightenment, or you're becoming enlightened. Maybe you've been praying or meditating a lot, because prayer is the bottom of the deck. So yeah, there could be a lot of, this could all be happening through prayer. You could be getting a lot of insights and information through meditation. Um, you're seeing things also from a new perspective, and yeah, definitely learning how to like make lemonade from lemons. Uh, Also, like I feel like I feel like you've recently tapped in to a direct connection with your own source, with your own guidance, and you really are getting a handle on what is going to create your happiness. Like I feel like this was all heavy, like super heavy, but it was very transformative, or it's going to be transformative. If this hasn't happened yet, like this could be the energy you're still sitting in, but this is what's going to happen. Like this is amazing. So if you haven't experienced the good stuff yet, or if you haven't started seeing the good stuff yet, meditation. Try prayer or meditation, or pay attention to your dreams. Because I don't always, but when I see this prayer card, a lot of times I also see like the Four of Swords with it. Or it reminds me of the Four of Swords energy. So, yeah, this is really, really good, really awesome. All right, so that's what I got for air signs. All right, water signs. That's a lot of major arcana. A lot of major arcana in reverse. Excuse me. Alright, wow, wow. Okay, so water signs. I feel like you're not using your intuition, or standing in your power, which is you're not connecting to your higher self, which is why you're not getting what you want in a love situation. You've got to find some type of balance, a better give and take. I feel like you could be giving your power away to where your shine is getting dulled. Somebody else is dulling your shine and you're not seeing it. Yeah, somebody I feel like in an intimate relationship. Somebody is dulling your shine and you're not seeing it clearly. Got the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, I feel like a lot of work has been put into the situation and you're just not getting the results that you wanted. I feel like you feel like you have to defend yourself about where you're headed, like what you want for the future. And this could be like a reoccurring argument or something. Yeah, that felt heavy. These wands over here feel pretty heavy. I feel like there's a lot of judgment, and I feel like, again, this is an ongoing battle of some sort. I do feel like you're going to come out on top, but you've got to take back your power, water signs. Because I feel like if this is a relationship, an intimate relationship, I feel like this other person, like, they see your strength, they know your divinity, like, they see you, but they don't want you to see you, because you are the star, you are strength, you are divine, you've got spot on intuition. I feel like maybe in like other areas you're pretty balanced, and in this situation you're off your rocker, off your game or whatever. Yeah, you're not seeing how awesome you are. And so in turn, this other person in this situation is bringing you down. I do feel like you maybe have gotten, better about self-love and self-care. And maybe that's why this is a factor right now, because this is the energy that's coming up. So this is being realized. Yeah, and I feel like this is like needing to get away from, having to defend yourself against somebody that's cold and detached. Aloof. Yeah, not using your intuition when it comes to love, and like a deep emotional connection and spiritual connection. I do feel like there is a desire to move forward in a more balanced state. Like, that's where you're coming from. You're like, I can feel I'm out of balance now. Let's look at this. Why am I out of balance? What is causing me to feel out of balance? So you're really looking at the situation, and you're coming up with what I'm coming up with right now. You're realizing that this is not healthy. It's not who you are. It's not who you want to be. I just was hearing, why would we want to play a supporting role in somebody else's life when we can be the lead in our own? Yeah, so that sounds pretty awesome. So water signs, be the lead role. You are the star. You are the star. You need to be the star. Okay, you got the Three of Cups in reverse underneath the Two of Cups. Yeah, so not celebrating. No cause for celebration. Also, that could be other people that have been, like, in your business. Like, feeling like they had something to say in your relationship. Got the Ace of Swords. Oh, that's pretty cool. You weren't clear, but you are now. Got the Ace of Swords, backing up the Ace of Swords, but it's the Ace of Swords in reverse up top, and then the Ace of Swords in the upright. And then you've got the Six of Swords in reverse. So realizing that, this isn't moving forward. And really all you're getting from it is the pain and not the progress. Pain might not be so bad, and it may be worth it if you see progress, but if you got pain and no progress, then that's no bueno. You know, because some things may be worth experiencing some pain. I don't know. I have different thoughts daily on how I feel about things. So, but at the moment, I feel like some pain may be worth it if you see progress. But if there's no progress, then there should be no pain, or you shouldn't stay in the pain. Got the Nine of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, you're not getting your wish. That's 2 no wishes here. 9 of Cups and the Star in reverse. The Devil energy, not wanting to be in toxicity, wanting to get out of lower vibrational attachments, or feeling like you have to be tied to this person or this situation. Yeah, you got the Moon in reverse too. You're getting out of illusions. The fog is clearing. The fog is clearing. Things are becoming a lot more clear. It's like I'm seeing like the scenario before things are being revealed. We've got like green screen where you can add in whatever you want in the background. And so you weren't quite sure of what to think. Like you thought maybe there's no green screen, but man, that looks awfully real, But then all of a sudden the green screen's gone and you can see what's actually there, and it's just like a room. You're still in the same room type situation, if that makes sense. I don't know. I'm trying to explain what I'm seeing in my head. It's like that whole Wizard of Oz thing. Yeah, something like that. Exposing the wizard, I guess. Seeing behind the curtain. Tower in reverse. Yeah, you're wanting a stable, passionate foundation. You're not wanting to have to always be looking over your shoulder. Yeah, there's Strength in reverse again. And we got the Page of Swords, and I'm running out of room on this one. Page of Swords in reverse. So I feel like you're getting to the point where you don't even want to have a conversation about it anymore, because you're tired of being on the defensive. You're tired of giving your power away, because I feel like things are just getting worse. And I feel like you don't want it to be like this huge blow up either. And I'm also hearing you can't tame the beast. Like in this situation, I feel like maybe you were trying to be there for someone in order for them to, like, it was definitely a toxic, the devil attachment, like a codependency, like kind of like you felt like you had to be there for this person, like they couldn't do it without you, or they couldn't survive without you, or something like that, and that you had to help them be a better person. And the second strength, I really feel like it's saying you can't do that. You can't be strong for two people. Not like that. You've got to be able to be strong for yourself first. And so again, you were giving your power away. How many cards do I got? 3, 6, 9, 12. That's 12, all right. But you you've got the Four of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So I feel like, well, I say so, like that was a good thing. Well, it could be, because that could either be you're deciding to start to embrace yourself and what means something to you, what's valuable to you. Or it could be that it is explaining that you've been holding on to something too tightly where you've really been just giving your power away in the situation. I feel like I'm hearing you've held on to everything but your power. Like you may have held on to thoughts about how things are supposed to be and feelings about, well, I felt like this, and but not standing in your power about, like, is this good for me? Is this healthy for me? Is this making me or helping me grow and evolve in some way? Boy, that trickery just keeps coming up. Like it come out in the air and the earth. And I think I've seen it for sure shuffling for the fire, and now I'm seeing it shuffling for water. But I feel like, it's like deception is this little demon that is rearing its ugly head because authenticity, it's like authenticity is the new black. I don't even know if that makes sense to anybody, but just in my head. But authenticity, truth, loyalty, and integrity, like those are the new cool. Those are the new in hip things, as it should have always been. But so I feel like trickery, any kind of deception or lies or anything like that, is really being brought up to the surface to be exposed and to be eradicated so people can start living in their truth, their power, their authenticity, and integrity. Which everybody will feel better for it, but it's the exposing portion of the situation that always is very uncomfortable to people when, if you've done something that was deceptive or a lie or something like that and it gets exposed, it's very uncomfortable for that to happen. But at the same time, like, it's such a relief when it's all said and done, because now you have nothing to run from, nothing to fear, nothing to worry. Like, all of that energy now is no longer supporting that event or that other, that energy. That momentum cannot build. But as long as you're keeping up the lie or the deception or whatever it is, the trickery, you're constantly feeding that demon, quote unquote, the energy. So starve it and it dies, and feed it and it lives. And I feel like that's in all areas of our lives. Like, with all of the negative vibrations, if you put a name on them or a face, label them like a demon, it's the same thing. As long as we're feeding that demon energy, they're going to survive and still be there and hang out and get worse. And, that's what's going to expand and grow. But if we quit feeding it, then if we quit feeding the demon, then it dies, and then we expand and grow. All that energy goes into ourselves, and that's where the expansion and the growth comes in. So, I feel like that was pretty profound. I'm going to have to write that down after this. I've been getting tons of messages. Like, my notebooks are filling up. I've been writing almost nonstop for like 3-4 days. I mean, not necessarily nonstop. I think nonstop. Like, the messages are coming in, but not all of them get written down. weird because I just have conversations with my guides, and then I think, oh, I'll remember that later, and then I don't. Basically, they're saying, hey, you should probably write that down, and I'm like, oh, I'll remember, and then they're like, ah, yeah, did you remember? No. Okay, instincts in reverse. So I feel like this is, you didn't follow your instincts, water signs. You're not listening to your intuition. You're not following your instincts, or you haven't been. I do, again, feel like there's a period of transformation, like things are changing. But that's what I feel like for everybody. Like, all of these readings have been some kind of transformation. Yeah, you haven't been wanting to accept the situation for what it really is, or the other person for who they really are, or something like that. And there's a need for forgiveness. Forgive yourself, forgive the other person. Could also have something to do with like forgiving parents, because it's got a little kid sleep on a rhino. So it could be some kind of forgiveness from childhood that has taught you to go against your instincts and not accept things for how they were. Yeah, you could have could need some isolation. You could need to spend some time alone, on your own. Um, but you have come to an impasse. I feel like you've come to a place where you may not know what to do or how to do it to move forward, but you know that it can't continue like this. Holy shit, there's that trickery. Bottom of the deck in the reverse. So this is getting out of whatever this deception type of energy is. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to do a whole video on this whole trickery and energy thing. So keep an eye out for that. So anyways, that's what I've got. This is all the elements now. If you guys enjoy these videos, please like, share, and subscribe. It helps my channel, excuse me, and helps get the information circulated to more people that may need to hear it. And if you guys are interested in a personal private reading or any of the other services I offer, all that information is in the description box below. I may add this spread, the combination of the dice and the cards, for $15 or $20 for personal readings. And basically it's just going to be like, either you ask a question. I mean, you can ask a question, but to me this is like giving you your whole layout, like the whole scenario, what you really need to know. But anyways, if this isn't in the description box below, then I haven't added it yet. So there will be more information if I do add it. So anyways, I'm going to have to think on that some more. That's what I got. So also, if you guys do get some insights or information or something that helps you out in some way, and you would like to do an energy exchange donation, my PayPal information is in the description box below. It's PayPal.me /Angel of the Dawn. So those are always accepted and greatly appreciated. And thank you guys so much for being here. I love you guys so much. And this is Angel of the Dawn. Same peace, love, and light out. Until next time.